Hi, my name is Christina Newhouse, and I'm Empowering Mountain Food Systems Food and Farm Apprenticeship Program Coordinator. This is a Facebook Live interview with Nancy Long from Long Family Farms and Gallery. She participated in our Mentor Apprentice program. Just to give you a brief history and a little bit about the program, this is a 10 objective grant program, and one of the functions is the Food and Farm Apprenticeship Program, or objectives, I should say. And what we do is we place paid apprentices all along the local food supply chain in the 7 far western counties of North Carolina. So that's Haywood County, all the way down to Cherokee, including the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians and the Qualo Boundary. Students have to be enrolled currently in school and in either the 3 community colleges in the region or Western Carolina University to be eligible, or be from the region and going to school anywhere else in the state or the country, actively enrolled and have an address here in the region. Majority of the apprenticeships were initially set up to be on farm, to provide additional labor and give the apprentices, sustainable farming practices, as well as working in local restaurants and other different types of businesses, value added, and so on, anything that has to do with the local food supply chain. When COVID-19 really started hitting hard, we had to make a transition and take the on-farm apprenticeships onto remote apprenticeships. And luckily, I was able to connect with 2 professors from Western Carolina University, Heidi Dent and Barbara Jo White, and we essentially created this digital marketing agency where we provided marketing assistance through digital media platforms to multiple businesses and farms in the region. And one of these farms is Long Family Farm and Gallery. And we have Nancy Long here today to talk about her experience with Empowering Mountain Food Systems and the apprenticeship program, and some of the marketing tools that came out of her project and how it's going to benefit her in the long term to create a greater economic impact to her business. So at this time, I'm going to go ahead and introduce Nancy. Hi, Nancy. Do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself so they know who you are?
Hello. I'm Nancy Long from Long Family Farms and Gallery.
Nancy, can you tell us a little bit about what you all do on your farm?
Sure. We're a small but really diverse farm. Part of our farm is deeded and part of our farm is tribal land. We concentrate on using organic growing practices for the produce that we produce. And then we have an heirloom seed, a small company, and we work on saving heirloom seeds that are important to the region and to the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians. We raise heritage livestock, and we are licensed for our 2nd year now for hemp. And so we're getting into where we can produce our own products from that. So we want to do a soil to oil product. And then we also do some body products where we source and use only organic products.
Yeah, so I can't help but notice that you have hemp drying behind you. So that's a really great prop for an interview. I know it's not a prop. This is actually how a functional farm works. You hang it and dry it wherever you can. So
we did some climate control and area, and so I had to hang it in the office.
Why not? If it works, right? Can you tell us what it was like working with your apprentice, Zanaya Salam, and Empowering Mountain Food Systems on the project?
Sure. Initially, like you said, we were hoping that we would be able to get someone who was interested in the type of farming that we do and the different things that we do on the farm. You know, whether it would have been hemp or heritage livestock or seeds or whatever, we were just hoping that we'd get somebody that would be interested in that. And at first, you know, when you said, well, it's going to go remote, you know, I was a little disappointed because I wanted to be able to have somebody help us and learn and share. But then when Harold and I sat down, we started looking at things and we were saying to ourselves, we can't work any harder. We just can't. We've got to work smarter. And then when COVID hit and everything just, you know, was really crazy and you didn't know what farmers market was going to open up, you know, how would you get your product to, you know, your consumer and so on and so forth. The opportunity to have our apprentice build a website for us was probably just one of those things that, oh my gosh, it was just a blessing in disguise. And now what we can do is we can market year round, like our seeds. We can have it where we can do, instead of a CSA, because we never were really quite convinced on doing something like that, we can have where people order our produce, you know, we know what they want, we put it in a box and, you know, they can come to the farm, pick it up, and we can be more organized and we don't have to take all our product to like a farmer's market or to a different distance. We can have the people come here. And so through that, we have a very large back porch. We want to turn that into a back porch farm store, but be really running it through the website. And she did a fabulous job. We now have a logo, which, yeah, I mean, you get busy, you don't even think of stuff like that. So now we have a logo. And I am a person who is self-taught on the computer. So anyone who has worked with me knows that sometimes I have a little bit of difficulty. But Zanaya, who was our apprentice, was so patient and just walked us through everything. And now I feel, you know, I have a long way to go with the website. It's still in the development, but I feel really confident and really good with it.
Right. So, and that kind of is the segue into my next question, which is, you know, what were the different types of marketing tools that were developed from your project? So you mentioned the website and you started to talk a little bit about the online store, if you can expand on that a little bit. And also about how the website now is a good representation of what your farm business is and how it tells your story about how you guys look to sustainable agriculture, as well as the story about your family and your heritage, as well as some of the other products that you have now on display, such as Harold's art. And then additionally, you know, some of the training guides and whatnot that Zanaya developed for you so that you would have support after the 8-week project was over.
Right. Well, again, the website will, in the late spring, early summer, be able to help us market our fresh produce. The seed category will help us all year round, where we'll be able to, you know, sell all year round on that. It'll help us advertise anything that we have here. If we have eggs, or we have chickens, or we have hemp products or body products, we'll be able to market everything by using the website. And I can't say enough, you know, how important the pictures are, because I think everybody's so visual that, you know, you can just say, well, you know, we have Cherokee purple tomatoes, or we have this or that. But when you can see the actual picture of a product, I think that really helps in your marketing.
Okay, great. So real briefly, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and kind of show some of the things that were the outcome of your project and the work that Zanaya did with the WCU professors and myself and the entire marketing team that we had developed with 5 other apprentices. So first off, what we have is the website itself. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and go to the home page. So the Long Family Farm did not have a web presence per se, except through Facebook. Hopefully you guys can all see the website. And so this has really given them that presence that they needed and conveys a space that really tells their story to their audience and to future customers. So this is also a wonderful project. Had an outcome in terms of the fact that Zanaya had never done anything like this before. And so she learned how to build this website with assistance from the professors and the rest of the team members. And so it's actually very, very comprehensive and well done. It's on a Wix platform, so it's very user friendly. It's also a wonderful place to feature some of the other types of programs that the Longs have been involved in. We did a Cherokee Preservation video a couple years ago featuring them. It talks about how they won Small Farm Award of the Year and some other projects and programs that they're currently work on that support sustainable agriculture. It really does show their story and their farm. In addition to this, they were also able to have these YouTube videos placed on, and we were able to give her a how-to guide on how to access her YouTube videos and how to upload and change them. So this is just kind of a tour, and here's her her online store, where you can now purchase her seeds year-round. And it talks about the produce that she grows. This is all actual produce from her farm, so that when she does have her CSA completely functioning or ready next year, people can see the type of produce that they're going to be buying, as well as, you know, what mature produce looks like from the heirloom seeds that they propagate and sell. And at any time, Nancy, if you'd like to go ahead and jump in, you can. This is also their gallery where Harold does traditional Cherokee pottery and their story behind that and how to get in touch with them. So in addition to actually building the website, I'm going to go ahead and screen share next. What we had developed was a how-to guide so that after the 8-week apprenticeship, the farmers could actually maintain their website so that we were not just building something and leaving it for them. And so this how-to guide gives them that full capability. In addition, we had multiple training sessions that were one-on-one between the apprentice and the farm to help them get through the training guide and any questions that they may have. Each one of these was built specifically for the farm business itself, so that they could address the needs or the learning curve of their client. So it was really catered to each individual, and it takes you through the step-by-step process on how to start, log in, navigate your dashboard, make updates, and so on and so forth. This is a 35-page document, but as you can see here, Zanaya did a really great job of making it user-friendly and easy to read and understand, and not so content-heavy, so that it became burdensome or overwhelming. So this is another great outcome of the project. Real quick, I'll also show you the logo that was developed from here. So they originally, is that sharing? No. Try again. So like Nancy had said, this is something that her and I had talked about over the years, which is, you know, a development of a logo and how they could use it on their seed packages and other products. And so this is what the outcome of that was. And in this case, Zanaya worked with another apprentice, Jackson, who had graphic design experience to develop this logo for the Longs. In addition to that, they also created a brand guide. So if in the future, Nancy needs additional work done or goes to another resource, they will know what her hex color codes are, anything and everything that has to do with her brand for marketing. I'm trying to find where it went. As well as, there we go, the do's and don'ts on how to take photographs for social media or website. So I'll go through this really quick. And this brand guide is something that we developed also for each business that we worked on. So once again, these are the main colors that are used in the Longs website and on all their future marketing materials. This is their font and text that they use. These are all the different variations of their logo design, images, do's and don'ts.
Is everyone able to see that?
Hope so. I was screen sharing. Now I'm out. Did you not see it? Okay, let me try again. Can we see it now?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, great. So let me go to the full screen mode again so y'all can see it. And this is a simple document, but it really does make a difference when you're looking at somebody's marketing and how they can convey this information to other contractors or people that they work with. So like I said, here's all the color palette that they use for their website and all the hex codes that go along with that. This is their font and text, all the different variations of their logos and do's and don'ts with logo design, and then how to take essential photographs that are great for websites and social media platforms. So that's some of the products that came out of this apprenticeship with the Longs. Go ahead and stop sharing. So now that I've shared all of that, so you guys have a good idea of what Nancy and I have been talking about, you know, because as Nancy said, we're all kind of visual learners and we want to kind of see what things are. Can you tell us, Nancy, how you think that this is going to positively impact your business in the long term, and anything else you'd like to add about the apprenticeship program?
Sure. It's just going to be a much easier way to reach a larger audience. And so I feel like we'll be able to work smarter instead of harder. You know, you still got to continue to work harder, but this is going to really complement everything. I think we're going to be able to expand on this and really grow from this. Just to give you an example, the website would figure out the shipping, and shipping was always it was just a real pain to me, but it actually does, you know, all the figuring out for you. So, I mean, that just saves so much time in itself and keeps you from getting frustrated and so on and so forth. And then, like I said, it's just going to help us reach a lot of people when we can be working on something else. I mean, it'll be there if someone wants to go on there, if somebody's looking for seeds, if they want to see what kind of products, you know, we have, they'll be able to go right on there and see everything.
Okay, great.
So it's like having an extra hand at all times, 24/7.
I said, is there anything else that you would like to share with the audience about the apprenticeship program and your experience?
It was probably the very best experience that I have with any type of grant that we participated in. This could help so many people, and it's fabulous. I mean, I wish everyone could be able to have this and experience this, and I just hope that there's some way that this can continue on, you know, with the remote and also with the hands-on, because there, you know, there's two completely different animals, but both are really, really important. And I learned so much from Zanaya, and I hope that, you know, she was able to learn a lot, which I'm sure she did, because like you say, she hadn't built a website before. And it's just a great way for students to, you know, have an extra income, learn something as they're doing it. It's great for farmers because they're getting help that they so desperately need, especially in these times. So I just wish you could really expand on it and other people could really, really experience it, because it was fabulous.
Well, thank you, Nancy, so much for participating in the apprenticeship program. I mean, we really couldn't do it without you, without the mentors and the businesses that really wanted to spend the time to be involved in the program. I really believe that the mentors got the best outcomes as much as they put into it. And you all really put a lot into it and were very dedicated to be active mentors through the apprenticeship program, especially during one of the busiest farm type seasons of the year in the middle of the summer. So kudos to you for managing that and having to learn how to do everything online and not have any person-to-person contact, which I knew was a challenge at first, but
Right.
we were all able to work together. So thank you very much for that.
Well, thank you.
Does anybody have any questions for me and Nancy before I close?
Hey, how you doing? My name is David, and I actually work with the North Carolina ARC office, and so I wanted to tune in just to see what's going on, you know. But so the website, was that planned before the COVID situation happened?
No. So
No. Okay.
Nancy originally had applied for on-farm apprenticeship work. So they were going to come and learn how to grow heirloom vegetables and high tunnel production and different types of sustainable agricultural production, including animal husbandry and a bunch of other things. But when COVID-19 hit and we were not able to have that person-to-person contact initially, and the stay-at-home order was in place, I thought we should make a pivot. We should make a pivot to start addressing some of the additional needs that these farms were going to need, like online sales and different types of exposure from social media-based platforms. And so I had asked Nancy if she would like to change to a remote apprenticeship, because I have a history with Nancy and I knew some of the things that she was looking for, like website design and logo development. And that's when we went ahead and created this remote, no contact digital marketing agency to support the Long Farm and 6 others.
That's great. That's awesome. I'm glad it was able to be that flexible and still meet some needs.
Well, thank you. I mean, it really was a great experience and a learning experience for all of us. It was very organic in nature. It was a quick pivot, and then developing the agency and finding the right apprentices and figuring out how also for these apprentices to not just work individually with these businesses, but collectively as a group to create this firm, and to be able to provide support to each other because they all had different skill sets, to assist them in project deliverables.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Hi. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Christina. Thank you both for taking the time to talk to us today. I'm curious, what do the apprentices normally do in a typical year when we are not in the middle of a pandemic? And, what would they have, what were they going to do at the Longs Farm before all this set in?
Well, it's actually a pretty good segue because I'm going to talk briefly about the on-farm apprenticeships now. So we have been authorized to go ahead and do those on-farm apprenticeships. And so each apprenticeship is based off of the need of each business. So let's say you were a small restaurant, you were looking for a culinary student, that would fit into our realm. Currently we have, and if you can go ahead and put up that slide, Lauren, about listing the farms that we currently have. So right now we have Heirloom Honey, Taylor's Greenhouse, Shaka Alpaca, Candy Mountain Farm, High Mountain Meadows Creamery, Three Oak Farm, and KT Orchards and Apiary. And so each one of these businesses obviously requires different assistance. We are in the hiring process now for three of the positions. We have 3 apprentices that are in that process. One of them is for Heirloom Honey, and there they will be learning how to make mead. They will be doing retail, customer support. They will be bottling and learning how to produce honey. They will be making different variations of infused honey, as well as healthcare products that are honey based. And so that's one of the things that one of the many things that they're going to be doing over at Heirloom Honey. High Mountain Meadows Creamery in Murphy. She has it's a goat farm, so it's a goat based creamery. She makes cheese over there, as hard cheeses and soft cheeses. She also has educational type workshops at her farm, and so the apprentice is going to be learning cheese making skills, milking skills, food safety skills, proper production and handling, how to sell at a farmer's market, and anything that would have to do with supporting High Mountain Meadows Creamery. And then the other one is KT Orchards and Apiary and Clyde. They're primarily an apple grower. They also have peaches and they do pumpkins, as well as honey-based products. They also have a certified kitchen where they make vinegar. So the apprentice there would be learning all of those different types of skills, as well as pruning and orchard maintenance. So that's some of the stuff that would be happening on farm. When Nancy was applying for on farm, we were really looking at high tunnel production was a primary thing, as well as propagating and saving heirloom seeds, basic organic based vegetable production. So that was kind of what we were looking at with Nancy. But these are the different opportunities that we have for the fall. So I hope that answers your question. Did that help?
Yeah, it did. I'm with Maine Spring Conservation Trust, and so I'm really curious about what y'all are doing, because we're always looking for ways to support farms in our service area. So
yeah, that's great. I'm actually really familiar with Maine Spring. So thank you so much for joining. That's fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah, and conservation, I mean, and some of the, we have the job descriptions that are posted. So if you wanted to spend the time, you could go ahead to this link that's here, and it will take you directly to where people can apply and what the eligibility is of the program. and those descriptions. And there's several places in there where we specifically talk about farmland preservation and conservation programs, especially with Three Oaks Farm, Shaka Alpaca, and High Mountain Meadows Creamery. We talk about, providing divisional fencing, proper forage management, nutrient management, exclusion from waterways. Those are all different types of conservation practices that the students would also be learning on farm and assisting with besides production.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions?
I was just gonna say that on the website where you can click on if you want to learn more about the farm, we actually worked with Mainspring, and we do have a conservation easement on the farm. And so we have that story. I don't know if you were able to see that or not, but it is on the website.
Oh yes, I've read that all in our last land steward. I'm the new conservation outreach associate, so I only started back in July. So I'm the new member of the team.
Well, welcome.
Oh, good. Good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, we really thought too, the Longs have participated in a lot of land conservation programs with Soil and Water, NRCS, Mainspring, different types of grant programs. And, this website was a really great place for them to get that story out there and also show that, other farms in the region and throughout the state can also participate in those programs.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So if there's any other questions, no? Okay, well, I think that this is probably a great place to stop the interview. Once again, Nancy, I really wanted to thank you for your time and your effort, and for today as well. And in the chat box, you can see that we're gonna, Empowering Mountain Food Systems is gonna be hosting interviews, it seems, as on a weekly basis. The next one's gonna be with Blue Ridge Food Ventures and making money on the farm. So this is about value-added production. And if you're interested in that, you can go ahead and pre-register. If anybody would like to get a hold of me, my information has been provided in this video to find out more about the Food and Farm Apprenticeship Program. We're actively looking for mentors as well as apprentices. So if you're interested in participating in any way, please reach out to me.
I have another question. Are y'all gonna be having any more of these past October?
Past October, well, we may have one that I'm aware of on renewable energy and energy efficiency cost share assistance programs in your region through Energy Cap. I know about that one. I've been in discussion about, and then we have this one that's coming up from Blue Ridge Food Ventures, and I'm not sure who the others are planned in the works, but maybe Lauren can chime in really quickly because she'll have the schedule.
Thanks.
Hey everyone, this is our last in October, and we'd love to take ideas. If you have ideas about what you'd like to see us cover, you can get in touch with us at our website and contact us and let us know. Also, if you're in the Zoom, would you like to get our newsletter and join our listserv to learn about what's going on and stay connected? Just look out for that poll if you're in the Zoom. Thanks, everyone.
So Rachel, I'm guessing if you're interested in doing one with Mainspring, you should reach out to us.
Okay, I'll do that, Christina. Thank you.
Okay, fantastic. All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much for your time, and I really appreciate it, and you all have a wonderful day.
Thank y'all.
It's nice to meet you, Nancy.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.